Hi everyone, welcome back to Scrummy. Today I'm continuing with my tray bake series that I promised you, and I'm making a coffee and walnut tray bake. It's my favourite tray bake recipe. I know lots of you are looking forward to it. I'm going to be making it in the bigger tin today. Usually I do the 9x9 because it's a nice size for my family, but because I'm baking for my ICA Federation meeting tonight, I'm going to make the 9x12, but I will include the amounts for both recipes. To get started, what I like to do first is to mix my coffee with my hot water so it's nice and cold for when I need it. So in here I've got 1.5 tablespoons of boiling water, and I've got 5 teaspoons of granulated coffee. I use a nice coffee like Yuli's. I know some of you like camp coffee, it's lovely too. I couldn't get it, and if you wanted to use that for this size tray bake, I'd use 2 tablespoons of it. And you just add it, you don't need to mix it with water or anything. So we're going to just mix that together and let it sit to dissolve while I do the rest of the cake. In my bowl, I've got a large bowl here, and I've got some nice soft butter, 375 grams. Into here I'm going to add in light brown sugar. You can use white sugar, but it will change the flavour a little. If you don't have light brown sugar, it's very easy to make just with normal sugar and some treacle, and you just mix it together and you'll get a light brown sugar. So I'm going to mix this together now until it's nice and light and fluffy. Great, I'm happy with that. So what I'm going to do now is add in 6 eggs, and I'm going to add one at a time while I beat them in. Next up, it's the self-raising flour. I've got 375 grams here. I'm also going to add about 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder. It's optional, you don't need to add it. I know some people don't like it in sponge with self-raising flour, but it will give it a little bit of an extra lift. And I've got my coffee here, it's cooled enough now to add it. Just give it a little stir. And add it in. And we're going to mix everything together. Now all that's left to be done is to add in the chopped walnuts, and I'm using about 100 grams. Get yourself a spatula, and we're going to fold these in and just make sure that all the flour is fully mixed in too. Alright, we're ready to get this into the tin now. Make sure to grease and line your tin with some greaseproof paper. Let's get all of this in here now. This is a nice big tray bake. Alright, so we're going to spread this out right out to the edges. This is ready for the oven now, and it's just going to go into the oven now for about 45 minutes. Check on it then and check it with a skewer just to make sure it's fully baked. So let's get it into the oven now. Here it is everyone, my coffee and walnut tray bake is fully baked, looks great, smells fabulous. So now I'm going to make some buttercream. I'm making a lovely coffee buttercream to go on the top. In here I've got 200 grams of real butter. You have to use butter, not margarine. I'm going to mix this together for about 4 minutes. Time to get icing sugar in now, and I've got 450 grams of icing sugar, and I'm going to add this in 3 different stages. Mix it in and then add some more. When all the icing sugar is mixed in, you can add in your coffee, and I've dissolved 2 teaspoons of coffee granules with a tablespoon of boiling water. Do this before you start your buttercream so it's cooled down. So that's nice and cool now, and I'm going to add that. And that's it. Get a spatula and just scrape down the sides. Just have a taste of it, and if you want it a little bit stronger, just dissolve another bit of coffee in some hot water and add it in. If it's too runny, you can add in some extra icing sugar, and if it's too thick, add some milk. That's lovely, nice and thick. So all that's left to be done now is for me to get this onto my coffee and walnut tray bake. So let's do that now. I'm just going to add my buttercream to the top. I'm not doing any piping today. I'm going for a nice rustic look. If you have any buttercream left over, it freezes really well. Sometimes I do have little bits and I put them on some cupcakes when I make cupcakes and have a few different types of cupcakes. It's always better to make more than not have enough. So I'm just going to spread that out, right out to the edge. And that's it, everyone, covered in my lovely coffee buttercream. There is a lot of buttercream there, but what I'll do is I'll include a smaller amount, so if you want to make a smaller amount, you can do that either. All that's left to be done now is to sprinkle some chopped walnuts on top. This just gives it a nice finish. I have about 50 grams of chopped walnuts here. Just arrange them so that the top is fully covered. And that's it. And there you have it, everyone. That's my coffee and walnut tray bake. Doesn't it look gorgeous? It's got a beautiful coffee buttercream and sprinkled with lots of chopped walnuts. I know you're all dying to try this one, and I really do hope you enjoyed as much as we do here. I'm going to cut a slice now so you can see what it's like on the inside. I'm going to cut it into 24 slices, so I'm going to do in the middle. I'm going to cut these in half. It's nice and soft. I'm going to go across the middle now, and I'm going to cut each of them in 3. Now to show you a slice. Look at that, a lovely fluffy soft sponge, nice height to it as well. You can see the nuts in there as well, the walnuts, beautiful. Absolutely delighted with that. Just look at that slice, light, moist and topped with a smooth coffee buttercream. The coffee flavour is rich but not overpowering, and the walnuts add that perfect crunch. If you love coffee and walnut, this one is a must try. Don't forget to follow me for more Scrummy bakes. Happy baking, everyone, and enjoy.
Scrummy!